Let me turn on the flash. There we go, bruv. We're here, bruv. Hints and observations for those investigating the phenomena of spiritualism. By W.J. Crawford. I don't know what DSC means. But this is an interesting book for a few reasons, bruv. First is this reason. W.H. Sheldon. Wish it would focus, but it won't focus, bro. Anyways, W.H. Sheldon was a postal worker with the Wayne Post Office in Wayne, Michigan. Which is where I live. What I sound like a fucking southerner now, bro, where I live. And thus, it interests me. This book is from, what year? 1915 or 16? 1920 is the second printing. The first printing was 1918. We'll read the first page so you get a little bit of understanding what it's about, bruv. Hints and observations for those investigating the phenomena of spiritualism. The belief of many thousands of persons, of whom I am one, is that man survives death. When he dies, it is only his material body that dies. The essential part of him, the spirit, lives on and functions in a new realm. He does not alter his human characteristics because he passes through the change of death. But he is human in the new world as he is in this. The survival of man is not scientifically proved. It cannot be demonstrated with instrumental accuracy. It cannot at present be shown to be true, as a theorem, say in mechanics, can be verified in a laboratory until the day comes when instrumental communication with the next state is an accomplished fact. It is improbable that there will be anything like general acceptance of the reality of survival. At present, it is a matter of individual judgment and of experience. The time is coming, I think, when even communication of this kind will come about as a result of the research, will undoubtedly be applied to the whole subject generally in the years immediately ahead of us. But that time is not yet, bruv. So yeah, he was a spiritualist. And a more interesting part is that he observed seances. Which begin approximately, where do these begin? About 20 pages in, they begin. And about 58 pages in, Mr. Sheldon starts putting his thoughts to these hypotheses and seances and all that, which is what I'm going to research at some point. And you even see he starts drawing stuff. He really gets into it, buddy. My plan is to eventually read this book, and then I was hoping to learn more about Mr. Sheldon, but I haven't really. William Hiram Sheldon. The writer, William Jackson Crawford, he had several books, and most of them deal with the Gallagher family and his witness to their seances in Ireland. in the 19s up to the 20s when Crawford killed himself. Some say that he killed himself because the Gallaghers, and it's spelled Golagher family, was exposed for being frauds. Crawford had a bit of a checkered background, as he was said to be in love with Kathleen Gallagher, the 16-year-old who was part of the seances, and her methods of producing ectoplasm from from her vagina, shall we say, were quite unorthodoxy. And I believe the Gallaghers were like the Fox sisters who founded spiritualism. They were exposed to various tests, and people demanded to check their clothes and all this stuff. So, I mean, really crazy that a 16-year-old was producing ectoplasm from her vagina during seances. Another strange thing about the author was that he had like an underwear fetish, and they believed that he had bought just, I can't remember exactly how much underwear he had purchased, but he was buying it in surplus amounts. Who knows what he was doing with it, or why, or what his motivation was. What other part was there in this book that was really strange? There's, I think, one of the Gallaghers. He was weighing them during the. I can't remember exactly what was going on. He was weighing. There it is. The following are the results for a direct voice seance. The drawing board and chair, in this case, together weighed 13 and 3/8 pounds. And this is included in the weights given above. He was saying that they were gaining weight and losing weight at certain parts. I can't remember exactly what that meant, but results for an ordinary seance where the sitter's hands were in contact with the table throughout. The drawing board was placed upon the platform of the weighing machine, and the chair upon the drawing board. The board and chair together weighed 18 and 3/4 pounds, and this is included in the weights given below. A very simple method of communication between this state and the next is movements of a table when a number of people sit around it and place their hands on it. And chief recommendation is that it does not require a very powerful medium. The experimenter will find that nearly any combination of half a dozen persons can obtain movements of the table in this way. Unfortunately, however, there are several drawbacks. For general speaking, communications thus obtained are not clear and definite. We have to begin with, contact between the hands of the sitters and the tables, so that the question of involuntary muscular movement and the influence of the muscles on the thoughts of the sitters come in, which are very serious matters indeed, where the veracity or falseness of messages has to be considered. Crawford, as I said, he had somewhat of a obsession with the daughter, Kathleen Gallagher. Maybe I gave you the wrong spelling of their name. But he not only began weighing her, but he was also doing checks of her body, Mind you, this girl's a 16-year-old, and he was checking her breasts and her vagina for where the ectoplasm was emanating from, and it's just weird. I believe his wife was with him, but it just still seems improper. I mean, you're basically checking a child. But that's what Crawford did, and he killed himself. So I guess we'll never know what his motivations were, because he killed himself. Well documented. No, there's more to this guy, but I can't recall what it is. So let us look at some of the book. This would probably be a decent book to actually read. The entire thing. I don't have time right now, but oh, look at this. He's weighing it. He's weighing everything, bruv. The table. There's the table. There's the strings. Figure 1, A, B, C. I really wish I could find more about Sheldon as well, so I could write about him, but there's searches for him. What's this? 102, 103, and 105. What we have on those pages, bruv. What should be the object of it all? Why should our subliminal consciousness, supposing we possess such a thing, carry out for us phenomenal demonstrations on the lines of reason and intelligence, requiring effort and system for the object of deceiving us? No, it seems most unlikely and repellent to our sense of the fitness of things. Nobody who has not delved deeply into psychic phenomena can have any conception of its tremendous variety and range. It is a strange fact that the most vociferous critics of psychic phenomena and of psychical things generally are those who have had the very slightest personal acquaintances with them. But this is no uncommon phenomenon. It has always been so, not perhaps in the scientific world so much as in the world of common everyday affairs. Yet the scientific world has not been altogether exempt, as we see today, in the attempts of those who, from prejudice or any other cause, are anxious to put a period to the researches of people wishing to advance into an unexplored domain. These critics say a thing is not, and therefore, because they say so, it is not. Maybe we should just start reading it. Where was it originally sold? Samuel Weiser, Inc. Broadway, 734 Broadway, New York City. Hints and observations on the phenomena of spiritualism. E.P. Dutton. You remember what the mountains and lakes and rivers of this earth are like? Yes. Are yours as real to you as ours to us? Yes. On this earth, a mountain appears much the same to everybody. Is that the case in your world? No. It appears different according to the who views it. Yes. Such replies as these indicate, if we are to believe the operators, and in regard to experimental work with which I would verify, have always found them truthful, that there is something radically strange about the world in which they exist, something that they cannot explain, something that is no doubt simple and easy enough to them, but which they're... I heard a noise, bruv. There's no doubt simple and easy enough to them, but which they are quite unable to convey to us in terms we can follow. Do you apply this force gradually? Let us consider the phenomenon of levitation. Do you, first of all, eject the thread-like loose structure from the medium's body to the undersurface of the table and attach the end of it to the undersurface? Yes. Do you then exert a force along the loose structure which stiffens it, enables it to levitate the table? Yes. Do you apply this force gradually? Yes. These three answers agree with what I found from experiment. Now I want to consider the thread-like structure along which you exert the psychic force. Is each of these threads in reality a tube? Yes. Each is hollow inside? Yes. You know what is meant by a tube? Yes. Do you stiffen the tubes by filling them with something? Yes. With a gas? Yes. You know what I mean by a gas? Yes. Is it not a fluid like water you inject into the tubes? No. Is it not a liquid? No. Is it a gas? Yes. Is the gas one like the air we have here? No. You know what a gas of the earth is like? Yes. Is the gas you inject into the tubes like oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, or any of the others we have here? No. But is it a gas? Yes. You are quite sure it is a gas? Yes. But we have no gas on earth like it? No. Then this particular gas of which you speak does not belong to the earth? No. It is only to be found in the spirit world? Yes. But you would call it a gas? Yes. This gas is supplied to you for the purpose of producing the phenomena? Yes. Does the material of which the tubes are formed belong to the spirit world like the gas? No. The material for the tubes belongs to the matter of our earth? Yes. Is it matter taken from the body of the medium? Yes. So that's a tube consists of two kinds of matter, matter from the earth and matter from the spirit world. Yes. I went over the conversation again, putting the questions in different form, but the operators stuck to their tale. In brief, it is that the structure which levitates the table, which moves the table across about the floor, which makes raps, consists of a bundle of tubes. The tubes themselves are manufactured from matter, taken from the body of the medium, a gas or something which resembles a gas, and which is not found on earth, but belongs exclusively to the psychic world, is injected into the tubes, and this causes a pressure which makes the whole bundle rigid or semi-rigid. My readers are to understand, of course, that the explanation is not mine, and that the wrapping entities are responsible for it. It need not be taken seriously, for all it shows is that the operators seemingly cannot explain in plain terms the more subtle phases in the production of their phenomena. It has been stated in some places that when a man dies, he enters upon a period of oblivion. That's where I'm at, before waking up in the next state. That is to say, there is a break in consciousness lasting for a longer or shorter period. Accordingly, I asked some questions of the operators. I went about the matter as follows. Will the operator who has been rapping answer me a question? Yes. I want you to tell me for what period of time you personally experienced unconsciousness when you died. Have you any objections to telling me? No. Was it for more than 3 days? No. Less than 3 days? Yes. Less than 2 days? Yes. Was it for only a few hours? No. A pause to consider what the operator could mean. Were you unconscious at all? With joy? No. You passed through the change we call death without a break in consciousness? Yes. Is this general? No. Yours was a special case? Yes. There's usually a period of unconsciousness? Yes. From a few hours to a few days? Yes. At direct voice seances, I have been informed by entities supposedly speaking through the trumpet, that in some few cases unconsciousness at death persists for as long as 6 months of our time. This would be a great read, bruv. I think it's all just one chapter, though, ain't it? Or is it multiple chapters? This is rather interesting, bruv. Chapter 1. Let's see what it will take to read this whole book. It just seems like it's all one chapter. There'd be like no place to pause. Anyway, that's hints and observations of the phenomena of spiritualism by William Jackson Crawford. Good boy.